Hey Scorpio, this is your monthly love and relationship reading for the month of July 2026. Bound by demands, stifled by expectations, it's time to redefine limits and reclaim freedom in your relationship. All right, Scorpio. As I was shuffling, I was thinking about Saturn, the planets, and limitations and boundaries and things that are a slow burn, take a long time to develop and crystallize, but once they do, they last and have a lot of permanency. So we'll see how that is relevant to this conversation about where your relationship is right now. So we're pulling Six of Swords here for you as where you're at the beginning of this reading. And so that's you trying to move on to calmer waters and let some things just go. Let's just move on to something better in the future, whether that was like a ex or um, a new love relationship or just a new status, a new level of progress in the relationship you're already in. For your person, I've pulled Ace of Wands and the Moon. There's a new um thing that your person is doing or inspired by or acting like, and the moon is very uncertain where this will lead. Three of Wands reversed. I think that you've tried to have lowered expectations. The devil's at the base here. This is back to Saturn energy. It could be another entanglement. It could be an addiction. It could be something that drags you both down or drags them down. I see the entangled, bound by. Okay, so like, this is the fear on the table is devil, Saturn energy, right? Like, oh my God, am I gonna have to deal with like yet another limitation, or what's happening here with this person? Because you're really just trying to move on from a lot of the anxieties and fears and drama and trauma and get to calmer waters here. So what is the issue at hand with Scorpio and their person? Temperance reverse, things being extreme or not being able to turn water into wine, and then Five of Cups reverse, trying to make the most of it. Trying to make the most of it. So things are not very temperate, they're chaotic, but we're trying to be positive regardless. It's a situation of change with your person over here with the ace, and it's kind of impulsive or maybe feels to you to be out of nowhere. And so that's scary. That is scary here. So subconsciously, what do you expect out of your relationship at this time? Four of Swords and the Eight of Cups reversed. You expect things to need, you expect things to calm or slow down or to become separate, to be hidden. Four of Swords to me can be like taking steps back from relationships to spend time alone. And then Eight of Cups is also like with it reversed is, this situation's getting messy. It's an antithesis to what you're trying to do. So you kind of expect things to go poorly, where it's like, all right, now we got to go clean this mess up. Or, oh, we're not able to move on emotionally. And I'm, still stuck on the past or still stuck on what things should have been like. And, yeah, it's just an inability to emotionally heal. And then again, with the Three of Wands reversed, it's like, I don't want to expect anything. You're telling me I don't want to place any expectations on myself or on them, or I don't have expectations for them, but then bound up by demands, you feel like you have expectations on you. Okay. So there's some element here of you trying to golden rule this relationship where it's like, well, I'm not giving you expectations, so why are you giving me expectations? Like, this is how I want to be treated. I'm showing you right now. Why are you not showing me the same? The Fool. This is an opportunity for something brand new to come in. And I think, again, that could be scary to you. We'll get more information about just what that is on behalf of your person. But I do think that it's fair for you to expect something new than what you've previously experienced. So, what does your person expect from you? That's critical here, right? Knight of Swords reverse. They don't expect you to help them. They don't expect you to help them at all. They expect to do things quite independently here. 8 of Wands, they do want to have dialogues with you about it. They want to talk to you about it. They expect you to move quickly. Ace of Cups reversed. I think they've also grown to understand that you may be going through issues of depression. If you're showing me 6 of Swords, it's like you're trying to get to a higher ground. They're showing that they kind of expect you to have low emotional bandwidth at this time, whether this is a long-term thing or something else, something new. They don't expect you to be like overflowing with love, joy, and happiness over whatever it is that they're doing or this new experience, or just in general, just at this time in July, when you're seeing this reading. Okay. So they don't really expect very much for you other than like this conversation to be had. Three of Wands reversed. Again, they don't expect much from you, my dear. So then where is this feeling of stifled by expectations coming from? Okay. Here it is. 5 of Wands, competitiveness, feeling like you have to compete. Knight of Cups reversed because someone's been a little too brutally honest with you about how they see you. Someone may have not sugarcoated how you don't really fit the traditional views about attractiveness or traditional views about financial ability, or you're an unconventional person here. They were honest and brutally honest, in fact, about that, and it made you feel like you had to compete with other people about that. And to reach a higher level, 4 of Wands reversed, to even be able to earn higher levels of commitment and satisfaction and teamwork to grow mutual plans. Like, in order to be able to like move in together, you felt like you had to compete to be more conventionally attractive because somebody told you, either this person or someone else or whatever told you, like, okay, well, you're weird, you're an oddball, like you're not a romantic in that sense, or they weren't a romantic, they weren't overly sugarcoating or kissing your ass or being very careful with their words, and therefore then 5 of Wands, you felt like you had to compete. You felt like you weren't enough. In reality, they don't expect you to be anything else other than what you are. They don't expect your help. They don't even expect you to like show a lot of emotional compassion towards them. 10 of Wands reversed is a burden not worth having. 10 of Cups reversed. Oh, wow. Okay. 9 of Cups reversed even. I think they've kind of given up on emotional fulfillment for you or with you, because King of Cups, this is you, and your negative aspect, and a Scorpio's negative aspect is you're closed off emotionally or you're out of emotional bandwidth. This could also look at jealousy issues, openness or lack thereof, wanting to protect yourself emotionally. And so they're like, yeah, it's not a burden worth having to continually wish and hope upon a prayer that Scorpio is going to make all my dreams come true, or that we'll have the happily ever after. King of Swords, they do see you as being intelligent and fair-minded. Ace of Pentacles, they see you as having resource and, ability to keep money coming in to some degree, or at least find new sources of income. Ace of Swords reversed. Ooh, High Priestess right behind it. They may wonder if you lie to yourself because your intuition is telling you otherwise. That you lie about your intuitional guidance or knowledge. That you understand deeper things about where things come from, and yet you don't act appropriately on them. They're kind of calling you out here and saying that they feel that you do have intuitional guidance, and yet you don't act on it. You pretend that you don't. And I don't know if that's the case for you yet here, but I do see that this desire to compete has kind of taken over a lot. And so if you look at the top here of this card, it's Saturn and Leo. This is restraint of self-actualization, of taking risks, of having love for oneself, of putting oneself forward. Saturn has constrained and limited, in your energy, your own joys, and letting your freak flag fly because of you feel like you have to compete or shrink yourself to compare yourself to the others around and their self-actualization in order to keep resources coming in. This is catastrophizing energy here with the Seven of Cups in the Tower. There's always another disaster right around the corner, and it could be here, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. Okay, so we're looking to disentangle ourselves. And what you need to know in this reading today, if you're still here with me, fuck yes, it's not about your person. It's not about your person. This is old shit, and it could have been some shit that they said or they did, okay? But where did you take that information? Where did you think that was coming from? Were you correct in assessing that it was because they don't like you or they think that you're too weird or that you need to behave more like this or like that? Be like, oh, Chad, or be like, Donna over here, like Barbie. I don't know. What's the female version of that? Anyway, they thought, did you think it was because you needed to be more normal? Or I don't know. Anyway, so let's move forward with this. Like let's get some real answers here. How do they see you? How do they see you right now? Lovers reversed, Magician reversed, and the Sun. The thing that they feel is that if you don't reach this level of joy or self-actualization, of having confidence in yourself and actually standing on your own 2 feet, that there may not be a path forward here. This could be an irreconcilable difference. That doesn't mean that it's like, okay, if you're married to this person, y'all get divorced. It's more just like they may at this time just be accepting that there's something they can't quite understand about you. And I think it's part of this where there's secrets here that you keep to yourself that you're not sharing because of self-protectiveness. But that's like a self-defeating energy as well. It's almost like you're lying about it. You're lying about, I'm not saying you're intentionally lying. It's more like you're hiding or obfuscating the truth to some degree for protection. They're here saying they're ready to self-actualize and go after their joy. Magician, they would do whatever it takes. They're not going to bully or harm you or other people. But like, they're going to show up with courage because they feel that they have everything they need to do it on their own. Right? Again, Knight of Swords reversed. They don't feel like they need your help. They don't even feel like your love is like, they don't expect you to love them. They don't expect you to help them. They just want to have a dialogue with you. But right now, they don't know why you're separated from your personal power and your love and your joy and your positivity in life. They don't get it. Seven of Pentacles, and it's not for lack of trying. They're really trying to watch and understand you closely here. Now, this is Saturn and Taurus. Is it worth it? Is it worth watching Scorpio? Is it worth trying Scorpio to push them out of this competitive feeling like they have to measure up to something? Page of Cups reversed. Hangman reversed. The Devil right behind it, and the Page of Pentacles. Is there any addictions to partying or distancing yourself from negative emotions with the Hangman reversed? To stamp out and dampen these negative emotions by distracting oneself and only looking at the surface of life and not allowing yourself to go deeper. Hermit reversed right behind. Four of Cups reversed. They're wondering if they just have to accept that this is your way of handling negative emotions. How can you, excuse me, how can you ask them for support? What's something that you can actually go to them and say, look, I need your help to actualize myself or get through this feeling of competition and not accepting, that my weirdness or my unconventionalness. The Emperor. I mean, I'll literally just say that, what I just said. That you are working on it. You're looking for ways to take your power back, to understand who you actually are. Wheel of Fortune reversed. You need more time. Ask for more time. Ten of Swords reversed and the Empress. Wow, Emperor and Empress coming up. I think this is you saying, I see myself as your equal partner once I can transition out of this self-destructive behavior. Page of Wands reversed. For right now, it might even be important to say that you don't know quite the words to talk about what you're going through, or that you're not ready to yet. You're trying to integrate maybe this King of Cups reversed here, of like how you share emotions, how you teach emotions. Moving past jealousy issues, moving past emotional protective mechanisms that are very old. And just letting them know, I don't really know all the words and language to have a dialogue about this yet. Because that's what, they do want to talk with you about stuff. So it's important that they know that. Page of Pentacles, you're learning. You're learning. Ten of Pentacles. It's a long time coming. And it will make something very strong and very solid. Eight of Swords. It takes a long time to break down these mental habits. We're talking past lifetimes of generational trauma and all kinds of shit. World reversed. We're nearly there with full circle energy here with you. Queen of Cups reversed. There's a negative mother figure here. In the background, a little bit more to be done with that. About using emotions as a weapon. Using sensitivity and vulnerability as a weapon. And Four of Pentacles reversed. Not being able to hold on to anything. Including your own life, I want to say. Not valuing your own stability and your ability to retain and build upon what you've retained. You're healing all of that, but it's taking time. Nine of Swords reverse. It takes time. You're nearly there. Breaking out of the anxiety was part of it. Because those anxious repeating impulse thoughts, they have a lot of momentum and it took time to remove and slow them down and then stop and redirect. What are you learning about right now, Scorpio? In relationships. Hangman reversed. Knight of Wands. In order to show up being sexy, this is the Scorpio matter, right? Sex, death, vitality. You have run away from yourself a bit because you still had this desire to be seen as fun and energetic and passionate, driven. And that's caused you to not get to a higher level and a new perspective. Page of Pentacles. things are still seen superficial, but it's down to your energy, my dear. Yes, Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is new for you, okay? I think that you do on some level understand energy, but this is a new repeated behavior that you're trying to integrate into your everyday life. And what is that for Scorpio? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Allowing yourself to be financially or materially dependent. That was hard to say. Not quite that. Strength reversed. Vulnerable. Not so self-controlled. Letting go of the discipline. Letting go of the letting your freak flag fly. Even letting out some emotions you're afraid of. Because there's this desire to channel all of these wild emotions into just sex and passion. But that's for some reason caught you up, and they need to go in other directions as well. For Scorpio's own best interest, what is the advice? Hermit reverse. It's time to stop, first of all, isolating yourself, but also there's nothing more to be learned from rehashing old things in the past. Two of Pentacles, allow things to go in a chaotic direction a little bit, allow things to get kind of out of your control. Nine of Pentacles, you're financially taken care of no matter what. God's got you. You have you. You're showing up as an emperor or an empress perhaps, but either way, like your ability to manifest more abundance or to step in and take opportunities as they arise, that's not in question here. Three of Pentacles, you reach a new level of mastery. Seven of Wands, about and a new level of spiritual growth as well. The Devil and the Three of Wands. Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles. The energy's so slow. It's just taking you so long to get here that I think you've just gotten into this rut with the Devil of expecting the same thing to happen over and over and over again. What changes it all for Scorpio? Give me timing or energy or something that they can take action on. Five of Pentacles. Leave behind the attempt to fit in with anything stable or structured or be an insider in any way. It's not worth it. Five of Swords. What it would require from you is far and beyond what it requires from others. You may be in a time right now in your life where your finances are very uncertain or in transition. You might be starting a new job or leaving an old one. You may be lacking in money right now or having spent a lot of resources or savings or something like that. Now's the time to return to self and say, no one's going to do this for me but myself. And I have to stay true to the unconventional aspects of myself, untangle myself from the same old habits and belief systems. Be willing to receive all good things in your life. Things could be turning around for you. You've got to remove this expectation of devil energy. To expect this is just another entanglement. This is all going to turn to shit. Yeah. Right. It's hard because like, I don't know if you noticed, but like I was just slowing way, way down and like the energy of talking about what's going on here. It's like things have just moved to a fucking standstill energetically for you where it's like, I don't feel like I'm making progress or where's the breakthrough here? Let's read about it. Get a little bit more information here for you. This is an auspicious time for you. one that is extraordinarily powerful. You'll find that everything goes very smoothly with little effort on your part. Your thoughts will be manifesting much more quickly, so be observant and careful about what you're thinking. If you lapse into thinking about what you lack or what's missing, remind yourself of all the things in your life: food, shelter, your loved ones, or even the gift of life itself for which you're grateful. Gratitude is the key to continually receiving good fortune, joy, and abundance. Be willing not only to ask for, but also to graciously receive and accept all that comes your way. Express your thankfulness as if it has already manifested, and continue to monitor any thinking that would otherwise block you from receiving. If you ask for something and then negate it with insurmountable disbelief, the results you get will be the same as if you hadn't asked. So ask and then be willing to receive. This is so interesting because, like, although in the beginning this was about relationship and someone else, that you're with, your partner doing something new and it being fearful, and we did kind of see of how they look at you and stuff like that. After this reading, I actually feel like a lot of this reading could also be applied to your relationship with the universe and with your higher self. This instinct of quick manifestation, this opportunity of things moving quickly for you, is provided to you as a chance to break this slowdown of energy, and this contraction and crystallization, where you could be shattering all of that and moving forward very quickly now, especially comparatively. But you've got to monitor your thoughts. You've got to expect good things. This devil energy is in the past. It's up to you. You can control it. The devil has no hold over you unless you give permission. Do not give permission. You know enough about the spiritual aspect. You're here watching a tarot reading. If you know enough, then you know that there's something to it. Free yourself from the entanglement. You've paid your dues. There's nothing more to learn here in this energy. You swim all the way to the bottom of the lake, up to the ocean. You're in the Marianas Trench, for fuck's sake. And there's nothing more to learn. There's no new giant squids down there to fucking discover and then freak out about. Right? And that's where you are. There's nothing more to look at in your deep subconscious or towards dark things or what could fearfully attack you. Now you've become just on a whole other level of resiliency. And that's great, but I feel like you kind of got there a while ago. And now the energy is so frozen and entangled. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. What the fuck? I'm chills. I'm like about to just bust out into tears. This is the center of this whole thread, this whole conversation. Your relationships with yourself. Do you feel like you're in competition with anyone? Are you honoring your specialness? Are you allowing yourself to be free? Are you letting your freak flag fly? Or do you have to medicate yourself into allowing yourself to do that, to just dissipate the energy of being so crystallized? Focus on the good in your life. Be willing to receive good things. They're coming. They're here. They're already here. They're all around you. You're on the internet right now. What the fuck was people doing 30 years ago without access to this kind of information and connection? I mean, I can't tell you, damn right. Damn right. There's nothing more to be said about it. Hopefully that was helpful to you, Scorpio. If you like that, please like and subscribe. Check out my rising sign readings. That could help gain more insight into what you're going through, particularly this month in July, as well as Financial 911 Pick a Card I've posted and other things that are coming up soon. Take good care of yourself and your mental health this month. You could see a major change here, but you have to just throw caution to the wind and be experimental with it. Take good care of yourself. I love you. Bye.